market recap. Take a look. All right, here we go. What's up, everyone? My name is Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer at T3Live.com. Welcome to today's recap. Hope everyone had a decent day. You know, it's pretty cool when you come in and every day you try not to have big expectations. You want to see how things work out. You have a plan and you wait for things to start to transpire. So we came this morning. Futures are down 12. My thought process was I could cover my hedge in the hole. Yes. I love making money on a hedge, and then maybe I could buy back some of the names that I sold on strength at Friday into the strong close and continue to manage my portfolio approach. Maybe some different names pop up. Maybe there's other cash flow scenarios, but just keep massaging the names that I'm pretty familiar with. So anyway, you look here at the chart of the S&P, or this is the SPYs. What did it make a low today of 307.27 above Friday's low of 307.03. I think I tweeted to you guys that I covered it, sorry, at 307, like 60-ish and 70-ish. And then at the end of the day, I put a little bit back on. Not as much as I had overnight, just because I did have a bunch of positions, and I don't want to get caught sleeping behind the wheel, but I also want to stay with my positions because when they're acting well, why wouldn't I? So anyway, this is the chart. Here's your 8-day. Still a whole lot to like here as the market navigates all the headlines. One of the clues this morning to me was when I looked at Europe. Europe wasn't down much, compared to the Hang Seng that was down like 2.6%. So I'm like, oh, if Europe's not down much, taking the Hong Kong, escalation in stride, maybe we'll be okay. So there's always things to connect, and that's what I try and teach you guys. Anyway, look at the IWM. I did buy some today, a little bit more. About the same as I had overnight, though. I bought some in the hole again. And then it closed okay. It didn't have like blaring relative strength, but good enough to say, hey, maybe this is going to get above and stay above this area. So at this point, I'm long some. We'll see how it reacts tomorrow. It's building a nice little bull flag type pattern here, and who knows, maybe it gets above 159.27 and then gets above this and then gets above that, and then all of a sudden there's a trade there, a bigger trade than just knickknacking it now, and it's proving it held 157, and we'll see what it does tomorrow. Qs did just fine. Inside day, things were bought in the hole. Why I said watch Apple and Microsoft. Apple and Microsoft went green. You could have bought both versus levels. I did that in both of them. The VTF got to watch that live. This is not even relevant right now until another time maybe. Here's your upper flag. Still looking pretty good. Any of you guys watch Curb Your Enthusiasm back in the day? Pretty good. Anyway, low volume. They didn't shake the tree. It held above 199.28, still above the 8-day. Hard not to be constructive on the overall market here with that. In the banks, I covered a little bit of my calls that I sold for 45 cents and 80 cents on this day and that day at around 21 cents, just to be safe. I do think they're not. Anything can happen, so I just want to be careful that I don't, turn this into something else. I remember, this day too, I covered a little early and I never got back above it. Or no, this one, I covered here and I was like, I'll cover it. I'll pay 10 cents, whatever it was. And then this day would have been a little hard to deal with. But anyway, it still acts well. It's working its way back towards the 8-day. It's still holding this last gap. Definitely more of a buy the dip than a short, but I'm kind of trying to be cute here where when it's very extended, I could sell options $1 or $2 higher and then have the premium as a cushion versus just shorting it, even though we made good money short it on last Thursday. And that's that. I'm still short 2/3 of it, those calls. Bank of America did buy a little bit today back. It went as high as 33.60. It's trying to let the 8-day catch up. We can move this up a little bit. It's been a fantastic trade. This, if you've been a member of Redler All Access, for some reason I do pretty well with Bank of America. Ever since, if you Google me with Dominic Chu from when was it? It was Bloomberg. It was at $8, and I was like very bullish on the banks. And he was like, "What are you bullish on the banks?" So I'm like, it was $8 and went to 14, 18. Now it's 33 plus. But anyway, here's where this strategy, this post earnings buy versus a level, and look at that move, and it still acts well. Maybe another day or two and it goes again. I'm just not buying strength. I'm selling strength, and I'm buying a dip. It's something different than I do with tech names. Usually with tech names, I like to buy high and sell higher, but that's not easy to do either. So anyway, that's that there. Apple, nice close. I had to, trade around it today, made some money. Very, they ran that story all day long in the media about, gender bias with the Apple Pay and Goldman Sachs. I guess they liked that story, but meanwhile, every time you heard it, if you went short Apple, you lost money. Whatever. That's why we don't focus on the media, even though I am in the media here and there. But anyway, this is what I said. I'm like, I am long Apple. I think I got long Apple on this day, and I've been long ever since again. My last buyable strategy was the day after earnings here into there, and closed well, and it led today, so I have to be in some still. What's the high here? The high here is 262.47. We'll see what it does tomorrow. 262.47. I think I have a little less than I had last night. I mean Friday into the weekend, just a little less. Just, I don't know. It did clear this, but I did buy more red, and then I sold some after it looked like, had a bounce, but it was heavy. And then all of a sudden, when it was holding there, right around the prior high of 260.44, I did buy some, and then I sold some above 262, and now I'm sitting in some, and it's still trending along. Microsoft was a little scary in the first 1 minute, and maybe the first 5 minutes. I had orders in. I didn't think it was going to get there, like at 145.06, 145.16, and right away it got there. And thank goodness I've been engaged with Microsoft, and I've seen that usually in the first 30 seconds to 3 minutes, they sell it. And sometimes they sell it a little bit more. So when it went down to 144.70, I was like, I'm out of this. It's a breakout failure. So let me give it some time. Red Dog, sit back. And meanwhile, look what Microsoft did. Really nice move. Held kind of the 8-day again. Closed okay. I'm still in it. A little less than I had overnight. But, I did have a lot more when it broke out on Friday. And I had a lot more when, the first few minutes of the day. And now this high here is what? 146.42. So let's change this. It's not as relevant. Some guys are like, Red Dog, they almost did a Red Dog reversal sell. I'm like, almost. But anyway, I still give me more room than I just would have less. 146.42 it's right there. 145.67. And now this low is 144.70. If you want to be tight, you want to have a stop. Now this could be your stop. For a while we were using this as a stop, so now you could use this as a stop. How do you like them softies? Anyway, we'll see what happens here. It's still looking good. Still working. Google I didn't touch, but at the halftime I'm like, Google to me is a little faulty. But anyway, how low did it get? It got as low as what? Didn't quite stop people out. 12.93 was a stop. Probably get rid of this line now. Still holding the 8-day. So if you're still in it, you're still in it. It's fine. It's just I'm not in it. Facebook, I'm not in either. Facebook trying to hold here a little bit, I guess. What's this low now? 188.54. So that's your new low. It held the 21-day. I like to be in this when they're leading. I like to be in Facebook when it's like, wow, this is strong. It's been lethargic. Maybe it could turn up. Maybe something changes. For me, I'm not in it. Amazon, thank goodness. I haven't been like so stubborn. I'm like, oh, Amazon has to go because it's a leading stock and it always makes highs. Well, it's been lethargic. I was in it last week. I got stopped out at 1802, which was right here. And now, I don't know, it's down. Now it's down another day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down days. Hey, maybe there's a trade, but there's nothing more than that. Just like an oversold bounce, just like everything else for now. 1767 is the pivot. Perhaps a Red Dog reversal tomorrow. Perhaps trade versus this, or perhaps nothing. I did not touch Amazon once today. I guess it's, for me, that's something to be proud of. And also got stopped out here. I didn't hold this whole scenario down. It's just not acting the same. For now, if it wakes up with huge volume and something changes, maybe I'll be in it, but it hasn't done that yet. Netflix was a decent trade for some guys. Broke above 294, didn't hold it, but when it was 292, I tweeted you guys that I bought some calls for like 130. They went to like 250, just like that. And now we'll see what happens after Disney Plus streaming service comes out. It's still acting better than it has in a while. Again, it's hard to trust. When there's a name that's hard to trust, and I'm really looking for confirmation, I go with options, so risk is premium paid. This morning I also talked to you guys how I wanted to buy Roku red to green and get a push. Well, it went red to green and then it was strong all day. So for me, I played this move and then I was out of it most of the day, and then I did buy a little bit towards the close, thinking that hey, maybe tomorrow it'll be in the gap, and it closed strong today. And what's this high? This high is 129.55. Strong day, lots of shorts still, big growth story still, a lot of funds behind it. So I took some home long, thinking that hey, if it opens up down, maybe you can go green. If if it gets a little follow through tomorrow, I'll trim some and make some money. And if we'll see how it goes. Overall, though, strong day for now. Still has to prove it could fill this gap, but it was definitely stronger than weaker today. And there's a lot of room between here and 134.10. A long verse, 116 or 18, and it was a good one. Now we'll see what happens for tomorrow. Tomorrow, every day's a new day. What else? I did buy some Twitter. I don't know. It's by no means compelling, but for the first time in a little bit, showed a little relative strength. And I know if tomorrow wakes up above this, I'll be like, hey, look at this lower consolidation. We didn't get caught in it in 34. We lost money in options, but so I'm in some, not a lot. What's this low here now? 20. Okay, yeah. All right. Maybe being tier 1 versus this, and if for some reason some kind of crazy volume or something happens, they need to be taken over. Their management is horrendous. They have such a nice platform with such a reach, and I love my friends around the world on Twitter. I love having a voice to whoever wants to listen. I love listening to other people, like-minded people especially. So anyway, I think they could do such a better job at Twitter if someone took them over and gave them better management. You can't have a CEO stretch between two companies. It's just I'm stretched. I can imagine how stretched Dorsey is. But anyway, that's Twitter. We'll see how it goes. What did the metals do today? Yeah, look at that. I drew that line. That's where it held. Maybe it bounces a little bit. It's not really compelling. Boeing, big move. Some guys are definitely long it. I unfortunately, was at my desk when the news came and I saw it up 3. I'm like, wait, this is big news. I'm like, but I haven't traded Boeing in a while. I don't want to be bothered. Then I looked at it like 5 minutes later. It was up 15 or 12 or 13, something like that. I'm like, ah. I'm like, it was up 3. Guys on the VTF were talking about it. The news guy was talking about it, and I just didn't react. I didn't want to complicate the day. So anyway, where to get as high as 369.75. This is 369. Broke this small descending channel here if you want to change it up. And maybe that'll be a start of more better action, and that would be good for the Dow, but we'll see. So in conclusion, today we started down. S&P held where it had to. Small caps actually did pretty good for the small caps. The stocks that we've been focusing on, you could have bought them in the hole and sold some. Some of them actually even did better than that. We did trade a few other names that were good for cash flow. So just keep tacking it on, keep getting prepared, keep looking at the node and looking at the charts, and keep doing your thing. And try and drown out the noise, because there's a lot of it out there. I wish you the best, and again, happy Veterans Day.